Hello, viewers, and welcome again. Those of you who are keen to learn English can learn it naturally from this video. The best way to learn a language is by real life situations. So, here is a small passage about the importance of time, which is so important for all of us. So, once you listen to the passage, you will also be able to repeat it, read it. All levels of learners can benefit from this, the beginners to the advanced. This short passage is followed by many exercises. So let us now see the passage first. Listen carefully and listen to every word and every sentence, all expressions. While listening, look at the spellings, punctuations, everything which makes your English better.
The pressure of modern life, with its numerous activities, has made time seem scarce. This was not the case in earlier ages, when there was plenty of time, but not all that much to do. Since the pace of life was slow then, people had much time on their hands, and the question of managing time was not so crucial as it is today. The gradual shift from rural agricultural society to an urban industrial one has brought in an entirely new lifestyle. This crisis has become more acute in the last few decades or so, and one often hears people complain, "I am terribly busy. I have no time to spare." This is a problem which almost every person faces in life sooner or later. Although everyone has an equal amount of time, that is, 24 hours in each day, some use it better, while others are not able to do so. Not completing assigned tasks on time leads to stress and consequent ill health. Hence, learning how to use time productively is greatly relevant in the present age, especially for the youth who have varied demands on their time.
I hope all of you have heard the passage. I hope you have paid enough attention to it. Now, many of you might have found many difficult words in the passage. That's very good because we should keep challenging ourselves. We shall start with the first exercise, which is to find the meanings of the difficult words. I have chosen 16 difficult words from the passage for which the meanings will be given. But first you have to try to find whether you can guess the meaning or you already know the meaning. That way you will remember the meaning much better than if I just tell you the meaning. Then we have an exercise of 8 words from the same passage. 8 words which we require the antonyms of, the opposite word. Because in speaking or in writing, very often we use words together which are actually opposite of each other. We have a phrase, sooner or later. Now, sooner and later are antonyms of each other, but it's a very common phrase. So I have used that also in the exercise. One exercise is where you will use sooner or later in sentences. Of the choices given, one of them is wrong. Then you have exercises on conjunctions, one exercise each, and on reported speech. Then you also have an exercise where you have to take a long sentence from the passage and put it into simple four sentences which are very short. That gives you a variety of expression. Your English becomes better when you can do these things. So now let us move on to the exercises. I am sure you found some very difficult words when you were listening to the passage. It is possible that many of you know the meanings of some of the words and not the others. There might be some who don't know the meaning of many of the words, whereas there might be others who know almost every meaning. But for all levels, beginners, intermediate and advanced, practicing the words you know is important because you might know a lot of words in your passive vocabulary, but you never use them. That is why this exercise is important. In the first column, there are 8 words: scarce, pace, crucial, plenty, gradual, shift, decade, acute. In the second column, there are A to H choices which you have to match with the correct word in the first column. The first one is speed at which something happens, then a period of 10 years, as much as you need, or large quantity. 2 different meanings are given for some words. To move from one situation to another, not available in large quantity, difficult to get, serious, happening slowly over a period of time, and extremely important or very vital. So you have these choices. Now try to match them. Here are the answers. Words and their meanings. The word scarce matches with the choice E, not available in large quantity, difficult to get. Now go back to the passage and see how scarce is used. You will get an idea, and from there your vocabulary improves. You will be able to use this word when you want to say not available in large quantity, difficult to get. Then you have the word pace, speed at which something happens. Crucial, extremely important, very vital. Plenty, as much as you need or large quantity. Gradual, happening slowly over a period of time. Shift, to move from one situation to another. Decade, a period of 10 years. Acute, serious. I'm sure you can practice these words by using them in many sentences of your own. The word is originally used in the passage. Look at the passage once more and then use it when you are speaking or when you are thinking in English. I have picked out 16 difficult words from the passage, which was a very short passage, but there were many difficult words. We finished 8, now here are 8 more. Complain, assigned, consequent, task, productively, relevant, varied, and demands. The choices in the meanings column are numbered A, B, C, D, and so on. The A choice is giving someone a particular job. B, doing something which brings profit or good result. C, important or useful. D, to show that you're not satisfied with something. E, that which happens as a result of something else. F, many different types. G has 3 meanings: need, claim, difficult things which need to be done. The last one also has three different meanings: job, duty, something which has to be done. These multiple meanings make it clearer for you. Now look at the words in the passage and try to use them as often as you can. But before that, let us see the answers to these words and their meanings. Now here are the answers. Complain is to show that you are not satisfied with something. Choice D is the right answer. We often complain when we don't like something. Suppose you are eating some food, you say, "This food is not good." That is complaining. I complained that you have not done a good job. So you are telling somebody that you have not done a good job. Complain. Like that, try to use the word after checking the passage, understanding the meaning, writing it down yourself and using it often. That is the best way to learn. The next one, assigned. Giving someone a particular job. Different people are given different jobs. So you say, we have been assigned different duties. Consequent. That which happens as a result of something else. Something happens first and then as a result something else happens. Check how it is used in the passage. Task, here we have three meanings: job, duty, something which has to be done. Then you have productively, doing something which brings profit or good result. Then you have relevant, important or useful. Varied, many different types. And demands, we have again three: need, claim, difficult things which need to be done. Often we use the opposites or antonyms of words together in a sentence. If you have listened to the passage carefully, you will find that such an instance is there in the passage itself. Two opposite words are used together in a sentence to show two different things. So here we have 8 words from the passage again. No word is outside the passage you've learned. And their opposites given, their antonyms given in the second column. The 8 words are modern, earlier, urban, agricultural, new, busy, complete, and assigned. Assigned we also had in the meanings. Here we have it in the antonyms list also. The choices are again: A is industrial, B is ancient, C is unassigned, D idle, E later, F incomplete, G old, and H rural. Now you have to match them. Let us see. Modern antonym is ancient. Earlier antonym is later. Urban, rural, we often use these together. Urban relating to a city, rural relating to a village. Then agricultural and industrial. This is what I said. It is already there in the passage. Then you have new, old. This everybody knows. Busy, idle, not doing anything. Busy doing lot of things. Idle, not doing anything. Complete, incomplete. And assigned, unassigned. So some of the word antonyms are different from the original word. Some of them are formed, like the last two you see, they are formed by adding prefixes. Already video on prefixes there, which you can watch after finishing this video. Sometimes when you speak, you need a long sentence. At other times, you might need to put it into short sentences. That is the exercise here. In the passage, there is a long sentence, which I have given you here. You have to divide it into 4 short sentences. But you cannot change the meaning which is there in the long sentence. All 4 sentences together should mean exactly what this one long sentence means. Let us see the sentence. Since the pace of life was slow then, people had much time on their hands, and the question of managing time was not so crucial as it is today. You can go back to the passage, check how this is used, and then come here again. Now think of it. There are 4 different facts which are given here, but they are all put together by using connective, by using conjunctions. We have learnt conjunctions, already video is there. You go and check that video after watching this. If you get the answers wrong, there is no problem. I keep telling you this. You can always become better. Now you see, one long sentence has become 4 short simple sentences. We should know how to use long and short sentences in order to be fluent in any language. When you're learning English, this is a skill all of you must learn. So what are the 4 sentences? The pace of life was slow at that time. People had much time on their hands. The question of managing time was not crucial then. Today, managing time is crucial. Read the 4 sentences again. Go back to the long sentence and see if you have covered every meaning. In this way, we have broken a single sentence into 4 without changing the meaning. This is very important. It is called transformation. Transformation means changing. Learn grammar naturally without referring to rules all the time. That is by practice. Now look at this practice. In the passage we came across this sentence. Some people complain, I'm terribly busy. I have no time to spare. Now, there are 4 forms which can be used in the reported speech of this sentence, which is the direct speech, which is the speech of exact words being spoken. Out of these 4 choices, only one is correct. There is some mistake in the other 3, but only one is correct. Let us see. Number 1. Some people complain that they are terribly busy and have no time to spare. Second one. Some people complained that they are terribly busy and had no time to spare. Third one. Some people are complaining that they are terribly busy and are not having no spare time. Then you have the fourth one. Some people have been complained that they have been terribly busy and have been no time to spare. So you have to choose only one of them which is correct. The other 3 are not correct. The first one is the correct one. Some people complain that they are terribly busy and have no time to spare. Why is it correct? Because we find that the verb outside and the verb inside are all in the present, simple present form. So here the same thing is used. Complain remains complain. I becomes they and are is used instead of am. Have is used as the same form. No change at all. Punctuation marks are removed. Now when you say the second one is wrong, because when you say some people complained, you are changing the tense of the sentence which is originally given. So that is not correct. The rest of the verbs are correct except have becomes had, again not correct. These verbs show you that second one is not correct. The third and fourth, of course, are grammatically incorrect because some people are complaining they are terribly busy and are not having, this sentence doesn't exist, are not having time. That construction we don't use in English. Then you have some people have been complained. We have such a verb only in the passive voice. This sentence is not a passive voice. Some people complain. So some people is active. Therefore, this also is a wrong sentence. Only number 1 is the correct reported form. Common phrases are very essential for speaking good English. Sooner or later is very commonly used. But here are 4 sentences where in one of the sentences sooner or later is not used correctly. 3 sentences are correct, only 1 is wrong. Sooner or later means that it is likely to happen. Exactly when we cannot say, but most probably it will happen in the future. That is the meaning. Look at the 4 sentences. Number 1, sooner or later you will have to agree with me. Then you have the next sentence, he came sooner or later in the evening. Third one, the bridge will be complete sooner or later. Then you have number 4, sooner or later everyone will know the secret. Then you have the next one, the weather will become better sooner or later. Now you have to find which of them is not a correct sentence. Now check the answer. Sentence number 2 is the wrong usage of sooner or later. The phrase sooner or later does not fit into this sentence. The reason is because the verb is in the past tense. Sooner or later, as I explained to you in the earlier slide when I'm giving you the question, that sooner or later is something which is going to happen in the future. So you see sentence number 1, will have. Then next one, will be complete, third one. Then will know, fourth one. Will become, fifth one. All future. There sooner or later is correct. But he came sooner or later in the evening is not correct. The tense itself tells you that sooner or later can never be used in the past tense. Suppose he's talking about something. He said, and then you say, said is past tense. Then you can put it here. Sooner or later, I will meet you. Then what happens? You have a sentence where you are using the exact words in the future, but they are not in this kind of a construction. The half of the sentence which does not concern sooner or later is in the past, not otherwise. Using conjunctions is very important for becoming fluent in English, because very often we need to join clauses, sentences, phrases using conjunctions. Wrong use of conjunctions makes the sentence wrong. Meaning is not understood at all. And our communication is only to give meaning to whatever thoughts we have. So here is a sentence again from the passage. Go back to the passage again and again and listen. In this sentence, the conjunction although is used. Now in the remaining 4 sentences, only one of them is correct. The conjunctions are but, since, or, and therefore. So all the 4 sentences have conjunctions, but they are wrongly used. Only one sentence out of them is correct, because we have to get the same meaning as the sentence. Although everyone has an equal amount of time, some use it better. So that is the meaning we want. We don't want something else. And we don't want a conjunction which gives you a wrong sentence. Sentence also should be grammatically correct. So let us see the answer. First one is right. Although is a contrast, conjunction which shows you the contrast. So everyone has an equal amount of time, but, again, but is a conjunction of contrast. Some use it better. That is the correct answer. Since is a conjunction of reason, it gives a reason. But here we don't want reason, we want opposite. Or is a conjunction of opposite, but the meaning has changed. Everyone has an equal amount of time, or some use it better. That is not the meaning of the sentence at all. Therefore, it gives reason. It doesn't give contrast. So in this way, we find that here only one sentence which is correct is the same meaning as the sentence from the passage. In this way, if you look at the passage, which is a very, very short passage, but you can learn so many things from it. If you like this pattern of learning naturally, please say it in the comment box so that you will get many videos of this pattern. Thank you and all the best.